Student Aesthetics with a new video, and today I actually decided to start a new kind of series of informational videos, and I will kind of divide them into training videos and nutrition videos. So I'm going to do training talk and nutrition talk. Now today I'm going to talk about nutrition, and in these type of videos I'm always going to discuss one subject and just talk about it, give you guys some information and my take on it, and make a detailed video about a certain subject. And I actually want you guys to come up with the subjects, so leave them in the comments down below on whatever video you want. And basically when I read a comment and I'm like, oh, this is definitely a good one, then I'm going to answer it in these talks. So in today's video I want to discuss flexible dieting a little bit more, and I've made a video about flexible dieting before, so if you do not know what flexible dieting or if it fits your macros means, then make sure to click the link in the description box down below or click the link right here to go to my old video where I explain it in detail. So long story short, flexible dieting basically means that you have a certain amount of macronutrient targets you want to hit at the end of the day, and that is usually protein, fats, carbs, and then fiber as well. And now if you want to take a little bit further, minerals and vitamins, but usually it's those four. And yeah, so it doesn't really matter when you eat, what type of foods you eat. You can eat whatever type of foods you want as long as you hit those numbers at the end of the day. And this kind of evolved into people eating Pop-Tarts for breakfast a lot, eating all kinds of crap all day, eating chips, eating fucking fries, eating hamburgers, just eating unhealthy all day, but still hitting those macronutrient targets and still losing fat. Okay, because you can't actually lose fat while eating crap, while eating pizza, while eating hamburgers. Yes, you can. Okay, a lot of people think that fat loss comes down to eating certain healthy foods, but it actually does not. Okay, it comes down to your caloric intake and then macronutrient intake as well, which evolves into how your body is going in composition. So what people do not really understand is that it is true, you can eat whatever the hell you want as long as you hit those targets, and you will lose fat. But people often forget about one thing, and that is appetite, alright, and eating disorders. And eating disorders are coming a lot from if it fits your macros, okay, because when you're on very low calories and you're only eating these kind of crappy foods and bingey foods all the time, you can get these crazy sugar cravings, guys. And it happened to myself, okay? I'm not gonna lie, it happened to myself. I have had these binges where I ate over 5,000 calories in a day simply because I was dieting, but at the same time I was eating like freaking Pop-Tarts, and when I ate one Pop-Tart, like my whole body was craving for more, craving. So I would sometimes be hungry all day simply because I was following the if it fits your macro structure. So me personally, I like to stick to a more of a bro diet approach, whereas I eat a lot of chicken and rice and vegetables simply because they really fill me up way greater than a meal with freaking Pop-Tarts or freaking sugary things and with not a lot of micronutrients in it. Alright, so me personally, I stick to 95% whole foods throughout my whole diet usually. What I recommend is 80% at least of healthy foods, but I stick to mostly 95%. Mainly because when I eat something that is unhealthy, I tend to get a lot of cravings, okay? And I know a lot of people are like this. And when I started out with Fits Your Macros, I didn't really have that issue. And when you are at pretty high calories, when you just started cutting, it all seems amazing. It all seems like, oh, I can eat pancakes, I can eat whatever the fuck I want and still lose fat. But when you get deeper into your cut and very low on calories, you start to notice that it might not be the best approach for you because you can get very hungry and you get a lot of cravings, okay? And I'm not saying you shouldn't follow it at all, but I am saying that you should not be this guy that only eats fast food or only eats unhealthy foods because you can still lose fat, okay? Because what you're not thinking about is your health, first of all, and the potential of getting an eating disorder, which happens a lot, believe it or not. It really happens a lot, especially when people are low calories and they're eating all these type of nice foods. They tend to realize how good life is with all these nice foods, and then you get those crazy cravings, guys. So yeah, basically what my advice is, you should figure out whatever works for you. Okay, I know that for me personally, it doesn't work to eat 70 to 80% clean and the rest unhealthy foods, because for me that will give me too many cravings and I will not be able to enjoy my life in that way. So I rather eat chicken and rice, which I personally enjoy. I will still add some sauce and things like that. So I will still follow the if it fits your macros approach a little bit. But I will stick 95% of my diet to whole clean foods, right? So that's basically what I like to do. And I have most of my clients on at least 80% of whole foods, guys. But yeah, it is possible to eat 100% unhealthy in theory, okay? In reality, it wouldn't really be possible because you cannot go to McDonald's and hit your protein numbers, right? With the same amount of calories that you normally, what your goals will be. So that would not, in terms of macros, it usually isn't even possible to eat that many unhealthy foods. But let's be honest here, I don't think it's that good of an idea to eat a lot of unhealthy foods because first of all, they will not fill you up as well as healthy foods and micronutrient dense foods will, and especially a lot of vegetables with fiber in it. And your health is definitely an important aspect as well, what people don't really realize. Because when you look at somebody's body, you only see the outside, right? And that's what everybody gets obsessed of. You look in a mirror and you only see the outside. So if you're eating pizza all day and you're only seeing yourself in the mirror, you're like, oh, I'm still losing fat, I still look good. You're not realizing what's happening inside of your body. So that's something people tend to forget. So yeah guys, what I said, 80% whole foods, and basically find out what works for you. If you notice that you get very hungry like me on a flexible dieting type of approach and where you eat a lot of unhealthier foods, then make sure to just eat a lot of clean foods all day. Even if people call you a bro, like, I don't give a shit. I also feel like if it fits your macros get basically kind of abused as a false expectation. Like on Instagram, all these people showing you how they eat pancakes, pizza, fries all day, still lose fat, shit like that. And what they don't tell you is that they're still on very low calories, or that they're intermittent fasting most of the day and then having one pizza at night. I mean, most people are not gonna enjoy that process. So they're giving you these false expectations, and that's why I really want you guys to, that's why I want to explain to you guys why it may not be the most effective thing for you. It may be, but it may also not be. So do not over obsess with it. Not because everybody is saying you should do if it fits your macros. Like, I mean, do whatever you want to do. Like, you can still follow a bro diet and not be a bro, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it sounds a little bit weird, but if you do not train like a bro, like with a bro split and things like that, if you do not eat every 2 hours or over obsess over that, then you can still eat like a bro and not be a bro. You feel me? So yeah, anyway, those were kind of my thoughts on bro dieting versus flexible dieting and why both approaches can be applied to most people, but everybody has their own thing, and not everybody is going to enjoy flexible dieting when they are dieting, alright? Because it can be very, very hard to sustain it for a long period of time because you get these crazy binges and you get these sugary cravings. And I know this doesn't apply to everyone, that's why I'm saying it's highly personal. For a lot of people it is. So don't be afraid of just sticking to a lot of whole foods and eating like a bro, because it can help you in the process of staying mentally alert and staying mentally on point and not going crazy over all these delicious foods, guys, okay? So do whatever fits your needs. What I personally do is I basically stick to a meal plan, a bro-ish meal plan where I eat mostly healthy foods like I was saying. And then whenever I do still eat out, like once a week usually, or I simply, in the afternoon I eat something different, or I eat with my parents, or I eat somewhere else. I still do that, guys, every now and then I simply track my macronutrient intake, and then I kind of substitute it for the same macros and things like that. So I basically eat the same thing every day, but then I swap some foods here and there, and I still use it if it fits your macros, but I do not use it every single day to eat unhealthy foods on purpose, okay? Because I don't think that makes sense. So yeah, guys, that was basically what I had on my mind. Make sure to leave your responses in the comments down below. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out. See you in the next video.